Hi guys! Jake and Marisa back in for more live reactions to
Kaitou Sentai Lupinranger
versus Keisatsu Sentai Patranger. Little hesitation there, a little bit.
I almost said Kaitou Sentai Patranger again.
So yeah, it's been a full week this time because we didn't have a new Power Rangers on Saturday, so that was a bit of a change up. I've been working on getting caught up on my schoolwork so I can dive back into some more editing on Power Reviews. It's doing okay.
I've been working on catching up on my sitting on the couch, playing video games.
I've also been working on catching up on my sleep because I wasn't feeling well last week so much.
I got back into Don't Starve Together.
Yeah. You're funny.
And Elder Scrolls Online.
But
because lately I've been completely subsumed by Subnautica.
Hopefully tomorrow I can really dive back into editing because I'm doing all right on my readings for once.
Does that mean you're not coming for sushi?
Well, I mean during the day.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like I can still make it for dinner. That should be fine.
Good.
But yeah, so a little quiet, little downtime, which I understand is supposed to be a good thing.
Fresh haircut, just today.
Yeah. You got a nice trim. I am still fully shaggy. But anyway, so yeah, not too much.
To a set of mutton chops there.
Yeah, I do need to trim my sideburns. But yeah, so not too much going on this week. But hopefully we'll have more to report soon.
An actor brought us one egg.
That is true. Well, that was a week ago. That's right, because last week we did filming for Power Reviews right after live reaction.
Yep.
85 and 86 stuff. So like,
she
progress continues to happen.
And a lot of times she brings us eggs, but apparently her chickens have been hiding their eggs.
Yeah.
But it's very nice to bring us an egg. Thank you.
Yep. And I know as far as Power Rangers may be on hiatus now, but Shattered Grid, I believe, has now officially launched. So that's a huge thing going on right now. I need to make sure I got my copy of that and get all caught up on my readings, along with anything I might be missing. So, and I know Hyperforce is ramping up towards its season finale. So, there's a lot of Power Ranger stuff going on in the wings. But as always, this is for Sentai, so I think we'll dive right into this one.
Yes, let's.
So without any further ado, episode 7 of
Kaitou Sentai Lupinranger
versus Keisatsu Sentai Patranger, Always Saved. Volume.
Always saved?
Always saved. Magical sound. Always saved. You know it.
Yes, always saved. Because you never know when you're tweetable crap.
Huh. Restaurant full of people have disappeared. That's weird. He is not taking no for an answer, I guess. He is relentless.
Thank you. He's got some confidence there. He does, but he's clearly got, like...
He is clueless. Save the flirting for when you're out of here. Yes. Sakia, what's up?
I don't want to date him.
You might be able to get intel, that's true. How do you do that?
He's got a Lupin thing that makes him teleport. That's my explanation.
Oh, genie lamp. Cool. Fancy house. That is that a crawfish?
A single crawfish.
Is this monster basing his attacks off of Zagat's? Please let him go. Take this food instead. What's on the menu? Mysterious treasures left by the phantom thief Arsene Lupin, known as the Lupin Collection, have been stolen by the ganglers. The thieves who fight to recover what they've lost. The police who fight to protect world peace. Whose side are you on? Alright, let's go for this. I got my laptop here. Yami no naka Futiki ni wa aru silhouette Shiratakeru, catch me if you can. Destiny Yukoku Ishuru Onto Nonuchio Rikazu Monodake ni Hanatsu Mongai Fushu no collection.
Hold up,
Lupin, Karenimo, chase you up, by Keisatsu.
Hold up,
Lupin, Samatekeru, chase you up, Yatsuru ni adieu. Lupinranger, showdown. Getting better, I think. Not worse, hopefully, at the very least. The thieves everyone's talking about. I guess that's really become their little roll call thing now. It's not just, you know, because they were called the thieves that the thieves that everyone's talking about in like their first episode, and they're still holding to that as sort of their intro now.
I took that to be their intro since the beginning.
Oh, fair enough.
Remember, we came into this in media res.
That's true. Well, I mean, it's not just something that
was not their first heist.
I know, it's not just something they're referred to as. It is their adopted title, I guess.
Yes.
We're here for your treasure. Apparently, yes, he's slashing and whipping. He's got a lot of things to do. This is a fun location for a fight. Oh no. Whoa!
Whoa!
Why, you have a Demogorgon stomach. That was, or is it, well, I guess you could also call it, it's sort of a Sarlacc pit of a gut.
Yeah, he did. He did eat everyone who was there.
Oh, people who eat good food. I guess they wouldn't taste very good. What do you use for a palate cleanser?
What do you use for a palate cleanser?
Okay, so that whip is his
tongue!
That's crazy. Fredo. Whoa! We got to see that in the reflection of her. Wow, that's haunting. She's remembering losing her friend.
Panic attack.
Oh, that's not great. Wow. This is I like how they're playing this not just as a motivation for them, but as a serious trauma, actually. Wow. That is not something you see that often. Virgo.
前に襲った世界じゃ征服の証に現地の生き物を食べてたのよね。
This is such classy music they have here.
Oh, he has a bottomless appetite thanks to his new collection piece.
Yeah. They got some smooth saxophone and piano playing there. Pretty nice. Okay. So yeah, they're in the stomach. Yeah, it's not gonna be quite that easy, I think. Yeah, acid. Yeah, it's not good. So are the people from all the other restaurants already dead then?
Well, maybe this is the first restaurant he's eaten since
No.
he got his new piece.
I don't. Well, okay.
Since he got his new collection piece.
But even without his collection piece, I assume the restaurants that he's eaten in the past probably ended up in the same place.
Yes, but I get the feeling he's been inactive for a while.
No, they were talking about how people were disappearing from restaurants. That was the first thing in the opening. Several restaurants full of people have vanished.
Then they are, yes, they're dead. Sorry, babe.
That's surprising. I assumed that everybody would still be in there.
But it wouldn't be the first time in Sentai.
True. It's still a lot of people. She doesn't want to be alone. So
she's got a serious case of survivor's guilt.
Always saved isn't. It's not an always rescued thing. It's always the person who survives. Oh man. She liked yellow even when she was a little girl.
That's her friend. That's got to be the one who grew up to be an ice.
Yeah.
She protected her.
Oh wow. Her friend was a manga artist.
Oh, it was her art show that they were at when everything went to heck.
Or no, wait, no, I don't think it was the art show. I think they're just at the mall.
Celebrating her debut.
Yeah. And she went to go buy a gift for her. Oh no!
You didn't see that coming. I told you, survivor's guilt.
Well, yeah, survivor's guilt is one thing, but her actually being pushed out of the way, just like what just happened with Red, I didn't realize. Because they hadn't...
Well, that's why it triggered the trauma, because it's the same scenario.
I thought it was just seeing him disappear in front of her.
No, it was somebody else jumped in front of a bullet that was meant for her.
Yeah.
And she lost them again.
Correct. Why do you always appear with your back to people?
Oh, we're about to find out how she was recruited.
No, well, we did see this before. Unless they're...
Yeah, but I'm kind of hoping they're going to go into a little bit more... Nope. Like, where the restaurant came from or anything like that.
Yeah.
Nope.
But we are getting pieces of their backstory as we move through. Meru. If she can get the piece.
She's got to get his collection piece. Jerk.
He doesn't care so much about them. He's all about the collection pieces.
Collection pieces got eaten, so you better get them back.
Oh. Yeah, Gorbal. There we go. It's Zagat's, or their equivalent. Okay. Now I understand what we saw in the preview last week. Steakhouse Hakata.
That's where he wants to bring you.
Yeah.
That's why she's got to go on the date with him.
Yeah.
Because she'll have backup too, and she knows
exactly.
it.
You need the Patrangers. He's getting the call. Nani? Well, at least he got they got the furniture. Oh, that's not great.
Okay, so that's what happened to everybody else. Yeah, they did die.
Yeah.
Everybody's staying up on the tables because the digestive acid's all over the floor, but it's starting to eat away the furniture too.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so they know what happened.
Yeah.
They know the details.
His brother still was very conveniently located by a box of roses.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if you want to be lying down right now, dude. Like, even if it is on a table, we just saw a table collapse. Okay. He's
She's got a little bit of the Yaiba going on.
Yeah, a little bit. Apparently, he really likes her jacket and picnic blanket inspired skirt. He really likes her outfit. That's nice. He's really please stop doing that.
Intense. He's really intense.
Yes. Okay. And here's the monster. The look on her face, she's just so happy. Alright, so now is she running off to go be yellow? Is that where she's got the suitcase?
Yep.
Really? You brought your whole outfit? Was that necessary?
Apparently.
Wow, he's...
So you're in the bathroom changing.
Really?
How about you just morph?
Why do you need to change to... Oh my... This is taking way too long.
And her hands are shaking now.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Move!
If you don't move fast, he's getting eaten too. Like, the fact he hasn't gotten eaten already is kind of remarkable. He's not that talented.
And
there we go. Except is that red and pink?
Yeah.
Really? Really? They got there before
you.
What? Come on, yellow. Yellow. Do something.
Sweetie, where are you?
Are you still in the bathroom?
Okay, these guys are not going to take the collection piece out. You need to get there.
Oh. They managed to disarm him, though. Wow. This is for Here
she comes.
Okay. Why aren't you morphed? I don't understand why you're not morphed. That makes no sense to me. That looks... Is that Genji's lamp? I think that's Genji's... I think that's Genji's lamp repainted. Because apparently, all the Lupin collection pieces are
from previous Keisatsu.
Yeah, from previous Sentai props. Either previous Sentai props are inspired by.
Oh, the Patrangers went to handle the victims. Okay, I'm like, where did the Patrangers go? And now I realize the victims aren't here either. The Patrangers are taking care of the victims.
That's right.
Because their job is to serve and protect.
Right. Oh, they're doing that crazy fisheye lens again.
Woo! That didn't even look like something you could do with a...
I don't know how they're doing
drone. That almost looked like some... Because it went...
Yeah.
And a drone can't flip upside down.
I don't know. I don't know what they're using for these fisheye shots. It's interesting. I don't know if I always like it, but it's very interesting.
A drone footage, but that one went under and kind of flipped, and I don't think
man, nice use of the cyclone finisher thing. I didn't know that's what that would do. Doobie doobie doobie. She's even got like red pumps. I like how like you can see her ammo belts moving as well. Good strike rate. Here and out of nowhere. Hey, goody. Being eaten leaves you exhausted. Really? They just don't want to deal with this.
I actually feel wanted.
That's hilarious. They just didn't feel like being the ones to use the Megazord today. I mean, I guess when you know...
Being eaten alive takes a lot out of you.
Well, also, I guess when you take turns, you do kind of have that luxury of being like, you know what? Only one of us can do it. Let it be them.
The Lupinrangers are the only ones with that luxury.
Yeah.
Because the Patrangers have to defend and serve. They can't be all like, nah, I don't feel like it. They'll be like, then you're not doing your job.
Yeah. Maybe you might want to summon the bike. The yo-yo bike thing. Yeah, there it is. Riding fast and... Oh, nice.
Right down his tongue whip.
Oh. Swapping it out.
Woohoo!
It is a little ridiculous that it seems to always be the girl's sword that gets swapped out for the auxiliary in both teams. I do kind of love how that thing's a giant yo-yo, though.
I mean, part of that is the...
Police and yo-yos go well together. Sure, why not?
Fairly stark divide in genres between boy stuff and girl stuff that's still prevalent in Japanese entertainment. That's why you have, for example, shonen manga, which just specifically means boys manga.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, not to be confused with Bishonen, which are probably in shoujo manga.
Yeah. Adieu. It's weird that Pink pops out of that, though, considering she wasn't in the combination anymore. Strange. Customers.
地に降らない。
よかった、海香ちゃん。
Okay.
連絡入れたけど返事ないから心配してたんだ。
やばやば忘れてた。
Oh, she forgot. Oy vey.
まさかあの後放置かよ。ひどいな。
I love that expression on his face. It's like, oh, snap.
And if anyone would snap, it would be him, too. He is such a mischief.
Yeah.
昨日は
But just that expression on his face was fantastic.
海香ちゃんを無事に逃がせてよかったよ。あの後仕事になっちゃってごめんね。
私こそごめんなさい。
え？
巻き込んじゃってごめんなさい。お詫びに今日のランチ私がおごるので。
Oh, he is smitten. He is smitten. Wow. There is a Gaussian
Whoa.
blur just on him.
Yeah.
自分のせいで襲われたわけじゃないのに。
It's not even her fault. Oh, he's so
やばい。久々のガチ恋来ちゃいま
might
した。
be true love out. Oh dear.
知るか。
He does have some great reactions to things. Is she?
She is.
She's recognizing the body language. Oh my.
まさか。
Oh my. She's put two and two together.
Yes,
She's not gonna act on it quite yet, but I guess they're okay. So they're gonna check this.
警察に手を貸すなよ。
They need to figure out if it's really them or not. What?
I'm totally a gangler.
What? Jim Carter, you're
He's
adorable.
pretending to be a gangler to lure
You're
out the
adorable.
thieves. That's adorable.
Huh. That looked
That's
like
like a purple Zord.
no. I think that was a combination of the grunts into a giant centaur monster thing. That's gonna be interesting to see. All right, so that was
Weird.
a little bit. Yeah.
The centaur monster thing was weird. I mean,
Yeah.
the episode was actually kind of cute.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Sakya's you gotta tone it down, man.
Yeah, totally.
Hey, Frankie, what's up? What's up, little
What, is
man?
he poking you in the back?
Yeah, he just like touched my back.
No, I just like how, Pata Pink was dragging him about.
Yeah.
Get out of here! Stop it!
He's got to tone it down. Oof. Ooh, he's not.
Yeah.
He's not handling this whole thing very well.
No, he's not.
They're making it pretty clear that he's not handling it well.
No, he's not. He's not handling it well at all.
But yeah, they were. I hope that we get some level of that we continue to get more insight into all these characters, because I'm really liking all these little flashback segments that everybody's getting. Because I was thinking at first that it was only happening with the Lupinrangers, but no, we got to see flashbacks of Tsukasha and Kichiro back at the academy as well. So we're getting them for both sets of teams, which is really nice. We're getting some really good character
I do
development.
enjoy the detours to the Department of Backstory.
Yeah.
I'm pretty big on backstory.
And we got some interesting development with Kogure today, too. It was just that brief moment, but
When you shut the door and he was like, VS changers are valuable.
he really...
He does not give a...
all he cares about is that collection. I really want to see more of that guy and what's going on with him.
I'm not sure he can even give them what he promised them.
That's going to be rough if he's been manipulating them this whole time. That's going to be a rough revelation if that happens.
I
hope
assumed he could give them that until I just saw him being that callous, and now I'm just like...
He might just be that manipulative.
Yeah.
We'll see. Hopefully... I mean, he might be that manipulative, but it's still possible to bring them back.
Yes.
But
he also, like I'm saying,
yeah.
having seen what I've just seen now, I also wouldn't put it past him to have lied, and that frightens me, because I really don't want to see that happen.
I hope that it is possible for them to get back their lost one. Their lost
Now,
ones.
that being said, in the event that it turns out he totally lied to them, I would expect to have a Lupinranger Patranger team up.
Oh yeah, up against him, basically.
Yeah.
For all we know, he could be manipulating... that would be really great if he ended up being like the big bad of the series. Like, they spend all this time fighting against one group, and then it turns out that it's actually been this one guy completely separate, manipulating them this whole time, who's actually behind everything. That would be a great twist.
Wouldn't it?
Because I feel like I feel like that's not something that we've really seen before.
Well, I mean, there was that time the more Potsners turned out to be behind everything.
Yeah, to an extent, but that was a little bit different. Seeing as how they were also playing Alphabet Soup as well. But,
Well, that's how I mean they were behind everything.
But I mean, it would be interesting if Kogure wasn't even. I'm not talking about him being behind the Ganglers or anything. I'm saying if he's using them to take out the Ganglers, for him to make a big power play.
Oh, okay.
I think that would be great if he was playing 3 sides against the middle, which is masterful. If he was playing all 3 sides against each other, that would be fantastic. I kind of want that to be a thing. I don't know if that's going to be a thing or not.
But you want it to be.
But I kind of want it to be a thing. Because I wouldn't put anything past that guy right now.
No.
And I like that they've injected that air of mystery about his character. It's really nice.
I mean, he already had an air of mystery, but now he has an
air of menace.
Yes, menace.
Which he didn't have before. It was also nice to see him a little bit more.
Mysterious but benign.
Yeah,
and now he is possibly a major player.
He's definitely been a little bit. He hasn't been a major presence in every episode, and it was nice to see him take a little bit more of a presence in this episode. And you know, we had a solid, a solid thing with the monster.
Stop!
What is that, Frankie?
He just keeps doing this to your back.
He's also just slowly like just
collapsing.
All right, I got you. Come here. You want cuddles? Is that what you want? Huh? Oh, what's up? What's up? You keep trying to get my attention. What's up?
Nope, cuddles was not what he was wanting.
No?
You know he didn't want cuddles. He wasn't crying.
Yeah, that's right.
He has a very particular meow he does for cuddles.
Yeah. But we also got to see a few more finishers, which was cool. It was nice to see the Cyclone Zord finisher for the ground attack.
Well, and then it makes sense that what happened, even though they did it by blowing off Goody.
Yeah.
That it would be the Patranger's turn because the Lupinrangers just got to use their new thing last time.
Yeah.
So now it's the Patranger's
Yeah,
turn
we want
to use their new Zord.
I mean, they're from a structural standpoint. Yeah, it makes sense to be trading back and forth. It was also just kind of funny for them to just be like, nah, we're not.
Being eaten takes a lot out of you.
We're not. No. Let's face it. Their job is to get the piece. It's the Patranger's job to, keep the piece. Yeah.
Nice pun.
The Patrangers are more invested in actually taking out the monsters.
It's true.
The Lupinrangers, it's their job to, bring them out in the open and retrieve anything that they have, but the Patrangers are the ones who are actually invested in taking them out every time. And let's see. Now I forget what I was going to say after that. I was starting to say something else.
I'm interested to see what the potential consequences are of the combination of Pata Green being infatuated with Lupin Yellow and Pata Pink figuring out who they are.
Patron Nigo and Patron Sango.
I'm just going to keep using colors.
That's fine. Oh, you could also use English numbers as well. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Pata 1, Pata 2, Pata 3?
Yeah. Well, Patron.
Patron 1, Patron 2,
Yeah.
Patron 3.
because they do go for a clear difference in how they
Yeah, I know. Because one of them uses
delineate
numbers and one
themselves.
uses colors.
exactly.
Which is funny, though, because you never hear the Lupinrangers will refer to one another when they're out and about by color. But the
Yeah.
Patrangers will not refer to each other by number in the field. They actually just use their names.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I haven't paid close enough attention to it to be sure. Because this was the first time that I really noticed Umika really just saying, red and blue a lot this time round. But part of that, I think, is because they are hiding their identities and the others aren't.
Yes.
That being said, the Patrangers could be, still using their designations in the field, and we just haven't noticed. There are two different ways of not using a person's name. Either it's because you're calling them by designation, or because you're using aliases.
Yep.
And Lupinranger is definitely sticking with their aliases, it seems.
Yes.
I'm-
The Lupinrangers even use their aliases when they're unmorphed, as long as they're in their mask and cape.
Yeah. I'm still amused that it was
She had an entire freaking suitcase. Oh, yeah, Genji's lamp.
Genji's lamp this time. And yeah, no, her suitcase with her... That was ridiculous.
You could have morphed.
Just morph.
Just morph. It's a costume change. You don't even have to bring a suitcase.
Like...
You could probably fit a VS changer in a large purse.
I assumed that the suitcase was for a VS changer, because that thing is pretty large and bulky, but... No,
she had her entire outfit in there.
Why'd
she
you
went
need
in
that?
the bathroom.
There was no reason for that.
She changed her clothes, and then she spent apparently a dog's age having a slight anxiety problem before she could go out.
Were they playing into the old stereotype that if a girl has a date, then she needs to take forever in the bathroom getting changed? Is that what that was? That's what that felt like.
Before the date, not during the date.
Well, I guess
or after the date, considering it was kind of over at that point.
I don't know. She was in a hurry, I guess. I don't know. She had to resort her schedule. But
I'm pretty sure her schedule was wide open since her friends were all in the belly of a beast. It's not like they were going to open the restaurant down 2 people.
Yeah, no, I mean, well, she was in a hurry to get to that restaurant before it was attacked. But yeah, I don't know why she needed to do that extremely long costume change.
Oh my goodness.
Because
she was taking her costume change
one
so long.
and 3 were there before she was.
The 3 got there from some other restaurant on the other side of town.
Oh, we don't know if it's...
We don't know it's the other side of town,
It
but
could have just been... They
were not present at the site.
Yeah, I
They
know.
were someplace else. They were at the very least next door or down the road. They could have quite possibly been even further than that. And she's still changing her clothes.
She is so lucky that Sakya wasn't eaten. She is so lucky.
Well, not to mention the fact that the Patrangers don't give a hoot about the collection piece and will just blow up the gangler with the collection piece in him.
Well, I got
which
the
in this
impression...
case would involve blowing up all the victims.
I got the impression she was waiting for the right moment to dive in, for him to be subdued so that they could dive in, that she could dive in. But, I don't know why she wasn't morphed and waiting. There was no reason to do that all unmorphed. It was more dangerous unmorphed.
Yeah.
It took longer. It was just a bad call all around.
It was.
Not to mention, while you're changing, your whole plan could be falling apart without you even knowing it.
Because you're in the bathroom.
It was just one scene that just kind of like, why is this happening? Why is this scene in here? I know that it was, sort of a stealing your resolve kind of thing, but it just felt so like, if you need to steal your resolve, like if you need a scene of her, dressing up and stealing her resolve, you know when you can have that before the date, and that would be not only like emotional but simultaneously hilarious because she's facing the toughest challenge of all, which is going on a date with Sakya,
who is super intense and needs to back the heck up.
It's what? Dude.
Supposedly he has a lot of girlfriends.
Apparently,
I don't know how he managed that.
He's like Barney from. He's got to be taking the Barney of How I Met Your Mother approach, where it's just if you use the shotgun approach, you just never stop hitting on women.
That's Neil Patrick Harris, right?
Yeah. If you never stop hitting on every woman in sight, one of them's going to go out with you. That's how he managed to get together with so many women. That, and he has various actual charming aspects of himself, because
like
he's
his
Neil
suits.
Patrick Harris.
Nothing suits me like a suit.
Yeah. And you didn't even watch that show.
I did not, but I'm familiar with the song because it keeps coming on my Pandora.
It's a great song.
I think it comes on my Pandora because I put
Dr. Horrible's Sing-Along
blog on there. Yeah.
Neil Patrick Harris is just a delightful performer. Otherwise, Party would just be really unlikable as a character, I think.
Probably.
He's kind of a terrible person, but the guy performs him with aplomb. I cannot deny that. Performed that character with aplomb, because that show is over. But
Sakia, on the other hand,
Sakia does not have that kind of charm. I mean, there's a certain almost enthusiastic puppy adorableness to him, but
he takes it
just going too far when he's trying those close-ups. Oh God,
that's why I was just lunging.
Yeah, I know.
I can't, but I'm not even close enough to make it freaky.
Now, speaking of close-ups,
there's a table in my way.
I am increasingly intrigued by how they're doing those fisheye camera shots, because I've seen those before in Go Busters,
and some of them,
occasionally in others, but they've been using them a lot in this season.
And some of them, up until this point, they look like they could be done by a well-piloted drone.
But no, they got the flips and everything. But the one that happened
today with the flip, I'm just like, you can't do that with a drone. It's a helicopter. They don't go upside down.
I feel like they must just have a really, I don't know if they have a really talented
boom operator of some sort. Maybe they got a GoPro on a stick.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's that would make sense. A little GoPro on a stick.
I mean, because
and they're making the best.
Workable digital cameras are getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
So if they're doing digital,
and honestly, if you have something that close, a fisheye would make the most sense for still getting your whole shot. Because let's face it, there's no way that they could do those little flip shots and still see everything when you're down that low.
Well, that's why
without the fisheye.
You have that fisheye effect every time you had the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers jumping over the camera. They used to do the little toop.
They would do their flips, but that wasn't really a fisheye.
Not the ones where you're looking straight up and they're flipping over the camera?
No, they're just flipping over. It seemed like a normal camera.
Oh.
But then again, they were likely pretty high up in the air. They were probably jumping off some sort of platform or something. Whereas here, you can tell you're right in the dirt. You're at their knees. They're basically stepping right over the camera. They're not jumping over the camera.
All the more reason to make it a GoPro. In case somebody lands on it.
Jumping through the air is one thing. You can have the people, with wire work, you can get people as high up in the air as you want.
As much as people talk about those things, that they're pretty durable.
With the GoPros?
I must assume so, because of the way that people talk about them.
Well, they're used for, people doing...
water rafting and stuff.
Yeah, and extreme sports. That's the whole idea.
So...
They're very
That's
good
why I'm saying all the more reason that it's probably something like that, because if you had a lesser digital camera on a stick and your stunt guy landed on it, your camera would be gonzo.
It's a tricky balance, I think, with those shots, because it's easy, I think, to go overboard with them, or for them to be jarring in comparison to the rest of the camera work.
Well, yeah, if you move your camera around too much during a fight scene, then you wind up with Transformers problems.
Yeah, you get disoriented, and also just with the different focal length on the lens, with that fisheye, going back and forth between that and a normal camera also just looks a bit odd as well.
If you've never seen Lindsay Ellis's video on why no one remembers the plot of the Transformers movies,
yeah, that makes sense. It's a good video.
It's a good video, and it's a lot about things like disorienting shots.
Yeah. You want to follow the action closely. That's one of the things when it comes to filming action sequences. Yeah, and you want to have a consistency
of things so that the viewers are actually able to follow it.
Yeah.
Because if you flip around too much, the viewer just doesn't know where they're looking anymore, and they give up.
Like I try to.
And their brain just goes, pretty colors!
I try to handle things pretty well, or as well as I can with the fight scenes in with power reviews and grid defense. It's to an extent.
The thing is because you use static cameras, the chances of you having a hugely disorienting issue are significantly lower.
Yeah. Grid defense was a little tricky because it was my first time actually using moving camera shots for a video project, really.
Yeah. Unless you count,
or at least
unless you count the Power
Power
Morphicon episode of GRPR,
where Shamus was the cameraman.
Shamus was the cameraman.
Yeah. But with power reviews, in every other episode, it's always those distinct static shots because it's a
Tripod!
It's a quantum utility. It's a selective quantum utility electronic eye line. It does not move around. It is in discrete locations at discrete times because that's how quantum movement works. And
you would know all about quantum, wouldn't you?
Yes, because I took quantum mechanics. Yes. But yeah, so I don't do the following the action thing very in quite the same way.
Right, but because the camera angles are static and the editing is good, you still don't get disoriented.
Yeah,
if you didn't follow the action well and you had the camera moving, we'd have a problem.
Yeah, the grid defense stuff with there were some shots that were very tricky because I was working with our people are not professional stuntmen or anything.
No, they don't know stunts.
Like they know.
Well, I mean,
know some basic bits.
I was going to say the people in that were not professional stunt people. We
Yeah.
do have a couple of soup agents.
Yeah, that's true. Who have some.
Ron and PJ.
Yeah, who have some experience in that area. But it's not like camera stunts, which is different work.
Yeah,
more
because
stage
both of them have stage work.
Stage combat and
Camera combat.
And camera combat are very different. Because once you start incorporating camera work, everything it's a different level of complexity and a different level of control.
And also a different level of detail because a lot of the times with stage combat, your audience is at the closest 10 feet away.
Yeah, you're always going for very broad movements, and you're always trying to make sure to maintain safe distance in every situation. Whereas you can sell close distance a lot better in camera
on stage, if my back is to the audience, I can slap him like this.
Yeah.
But on camera, I have to get in here.
Or I need to make sure that the camera is positioned in such a way that you can't see the point of impact.
Right.
Also, you frequently, if you're doing a point of impact, you put the cut right there as well, so that
that's another thing.
You'll have, and this is something you see on Power Rangers all.
Punched you in the face.
Yeah, exactly. You bring the fist towards the camera, you cut into the reaction.
No, I'm just thinking about the most recent things I did, where I actually had to get pretty close.
Yeah. But that's also still, we're making sure
I whiffed someone in the tip of the nose.
Yeah. You make sure that the hand is in shot, but you still make sure that it's, perspective-wise, you have a little bit more play with distance because you have control over the perspective.
We're still missing the face, but I'm missing it much closer.
Yeah. Whereas with stage combat, it's never
you can miss from way back here.
It's unless you're dealing with serious pros, it's never going to look nearly as realistic as screen combat
because you don't have the editing tricks.
You don't have the editing tricks. You don't have those discrete angles to work with because if you're on stage, everybody who's sitting in the audience is a different angle.
There was that one guy when you did noises off.
Well, with
the one who fell down the stairs every night.
Now you see we worked that stunt.
I know you worked that stunt very heavily, but what I'm saying is that actually did look really good.
Yeah.
He did that.
I'm saying, but that's also not combat.
Fair enough.
That's different. Stunts can look great. It's mostly a matter of any point where
contact
between human bodies.
You can
occurs on
grapple
stage.
just fine.
You
You
can
can
do-
sword fight because
Yeah.
you can just hit the swords against each other. That's not a problem.
But if you go to see
gotta
like a
punch or
professional
slap.
if you see like a professional stunt show at like, Universal or whatever, you're always going to be seeing the where they're pulling the punches from like,
You can see that from the orchestra.
you got like a foot between the fist
balcony.
and the face. And that only really works if you can sell the perspective right. One thing I really like about forced perspective, I love forced perspective in camera work, because one thing I always like to mention to people.
With depth of field.
Yeah, because early on in Power Reviews, I always had to play it. I was always playing up Guy as being this intimidating character, and Database is supposed to be a very meek character, and it was tricky because I am physically larger than Dave is.
Considerably taller as well.
I'm about I've got about 3 inches on him.
Yeah.
I'm the tallest person in the main cast. By a few inches, and taller than most of my stunt people, with the exception of like 1 or 2 guys that we've had. So there was that shot in episode 34 where I turn around.
Justin's about your height.
No, Justin's about Dave's height.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So there was that shot where there's that one shot in episode 34 where I turn around and Guy's right there. And we were doing the shot, and I looked at and I was checking the camera to see how the shot lined up, and you see how my head is much larger than her head. Same thing with me and Dave. I have a large head, and so it just kind of looked a little weird.
You have to keep adjusting the camera.
So I didn't adjust the camera. I just leaned myself forward a little bit this way, leaned him a little forward to the camera that way.
But it's still, you're acting like you're looking at each other.
Exactly, because we were close enough, and the perspective was right, that you couldn't tell the difference in depth of field, so it looked like, we had the same face. It created a better symmetry to the shot.
Yeah. Your big head wasn't so big.
Yeah.
Big head.
Meh.
Big head.
Ah.
My head's not that little.
I can palm it.
You can palm your head, too. Have big hands.
Anyway. So yeah, we ended up going on a nice little, we haven't talked a lot about action choreography in these shows, which is kind of surprising considering
there's Sentai.
There's such a major part of both Power Rangers and Sentai. It's kind of surprising that we don't really talk about fight scenes that
It
often.
really is.
Or stunt camera work, things like that. I will admit, still one of my favorite fights that I've filmed. It was just so super quick, because it was just like a few seconds. But that one fight in episode 77.
Was that you and Dave?
Between
in
me
the containment?
Yeah.
When it was a direct rip of...
It was the direct copy of the Green with Evil fight between Tommy and Jason.
Yeah.
And we just reproduced it so well. It just makes me really happy. Because it's also just a really cool shot, and it was both of us actually really showing off how well we can kick.
Yes. The Foley didn't come through very well on that, though.
I didn't really do any Foley on that.
Well, that could be part of the problem.
Well, there wasn't really that much as far as... Well, I guess there was the final hit at the end, but that was about it. I think...
Didn't make enough
I
noise.
I forget.
But the choreography was beautiful.
Yeah.
The sound was just off in that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was not a great sound space.
No, because that was the...
It was a bit of an
CII, right?
It was a bit of an echoey room.
You could hear the echo.
Yeah, it was tricky. A lot of times...
On location, not always great for sound.
Because we're assembling... We're not building sets. We're basically assembling rooms out of disparate parts. So, like, some parts of the room are going to sound one way and other parts are going to sound a different way.
Because they're actually two different rooms with similar-looking walls.
Well, technically speaking, that room and containment area was actually like 2 different rooms, two different rooms and 2 different hallways.
Yeah.
Because I needed the one door for opening and closing when it was dark, and so I used one set of doors for that, and then we had the window that was facing us,
Not
a
to
different
mention,
hallway.
I think the computer console was actually 2 different computer consoles because we picked up some of the shots on one day, and some of the
I don't
shots on
think
another.
it was quite that ridiculous.
No, because we picked up some in the one room where we did the teleport out, and that was across the bridge, and then we did some in a regular classroom.
Well, that wasn't for the console though. That room was for the containment portion.
Oh.
Because I needed that blank white wall, and the hallway wasn't wide enough for us to work with.
No, we had to use the other hallway.
Yeah, we couldn't use the hallway.
Well, part of it was we needed a hallway with a window.
Yeah, so we used the hallway with the window, and then we had a different room that was also that same space because we needed that white wall to match the white wall of the hallway. And then there was the separate room with the console portion, and I think we used a different room for the door that guy was holding shut, and it was just ridiculous. But I think one of the things I'm still really proud of that quick little fight sequence. Just in that we had the ability to make our legs fly in the right way to reproduce it.
Oh, that's all that Taekwondo y'all did.
Yeah. Well, Dave's not Taekwondo. He does, he's done Aikido.
Aikido.
So we come from different, but, oh man, Dave's a trooper when it comes to those fight scenes. Because we keep having the kick to the face for his character. There was that one scene where T Omega picks him up and throws him. Dave was amazing with that because he just threw himself into that wall upside down, and he did it,
repeatedly.
He did it repeatedly to get the right take.
The landing take.
Yeah.
Like when T Omega didn't actually. Yeah,
when he does the landing take to.
He just kept throwing himself against the wall.
And then we also had the whole thing of T Omega moving to throw him.
Yeah, I
also really
face-planted
tricky.
multiple times after that bomb.
That's true. But okay, yeah, we've had various face plants for both your characters actually.
Yes.
When they got
but the one after the bomb where I kept face planting into the mulch was the most annoying.
Fair enough.
Because it gave little bits of mulch on my face, and then I had to pick them all off before we could do it again.
I thought I gave you a pillow for that.
After
Didn't you land in
the
the
second
pillow?
take.
And then I realized that we should be using the pillow.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, we put an old pillow on the ground. So
the pillow was a plot point because that's how you lost consciousness.
Right, it was
because it was full of.
But that pillow wasn't really there at that point. That one was just under the camera.
Something like that, yeah.
You just took the prop and repurposed it. It wasn't visible in that scene.
Right. So, anywho, yeah.
Stunts are cool.
Stunts are cool.
Their stunts are cool. He's proud of his stunts.
I had fun with stunts.
That's how all of this is related. It's all stunty.
Yeah.
And it's also been about an hour.
Yeah, we should wrap things up.
Because nobody likes to watch a video longer than an hour.
Also, we've got limited footage on the camera. It's
that too.
I've been doing a lot of filming lately, and I don't like to delete things from the SD card until I've edited it, and I'm developing a backlog on my SD cards.
Well, they're just full of DRPR footage for the next 3 episodes.
Yep. Along with some stuff from, episodes 92, 94, and 100?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thereabouts. I still need to write those episodes.
Aside from the scenes that were shot, obviously.
Yeah.
I read those scenes.
I actually haven't even written all the scenes that were shot. There are plenty of scenes that I just I know I want this scene.
We're going to have to use a substitute wall to fill out some of those scenes, aren't we?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But that was always part of the plan.
Right.
I just know...
We got some establishing shots.
I knew some stuff that was needed. And then there was some stuff that was improvised on the spot, because I'm I'm not going to have this location again for quite a while, or if at all, so I should just roll with whatever I think I might end up using.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of random filming.
Come on,
anyway.
2 times ago we ran out of film space, so...
So, until next time, farewell, Ranger fans, and let the power protect you. Does this fisheye lens make you want to go out with me?
No!